Good afternoon to the respected sir and all my dear classmates. Today I am going to tell one topic, that is decoding Longinus on the sublime. In the level of micro teaching, the identity of Longinus, who was the first romantic critic, is a mystery. The scholars are confused between the Dionysius Longinus and Cassius Longinus. Despite the controversy about the identity of Longinus, the impact on the sublime is valid. The original title of On the Sublime in Greek is Periapsuos. One third of the text of the On the Sublime is missing. Longinus, the author of Sublime, was a Neo-Platonist. He was well versed in Greek, Hebrew, and Roman literature. This is a brief introduction of Longinus and on the sublime. Let's come to the on the sublime. Let me give you the definition of the sublime or on the sublime, or the definition of the sublimity. The main purpose is not only pleasure or instruction or persuasion, but ecstasy and transport, lifting out oneself. This passion, intensity, exaltation, transport was surely a fundamental condition of sublimity in the literature. Defining sublimity, Longinus remarks, the sublime consists in a certain loftiness and excellence in the language. So let's see definition once again. The main purpose of poetry is not merely pleasure or instruction or persuasion, but of ecstasy and transport, lifting out of oneself. So all of you pay your attention on the definition of the sublime. In simple words, sublime means loftiness. In one case, loftiness means superiority or the quality of being very serious and important. In another case, morally good. And coming to the excellence in the language, I think you may all of you know what is excellence. And the next important term here is ecstasy. Excellence and ecstasy and loftiness. These are the important terms in the sublime. So now coming to the ecstasy. Ecstasy means a state of extreme happiness, especially when feeling pleasure, at the time of feeling pleasure. This is the brief definition and discussion about on sublime. And I wanted you to give an example, photographic example, to understand what is sublimity or sublime. So all of you look here in the paper or photograph. So and I've sent to your mobiles. Once you check it, your personal numbers. So here all of you observe carefully. A man is standing. One man is standing at the most top edge of the pinnacle and looking at the ocean and sky, observing the nature, looking like the ocean and the sky are meeting each other, looking like. So just imagine the mind status of the man who is standing there and analyze his thoughts, views, perceptions of the life in that in his perspective of view, what he is going to think at the stage, how he thinks like that, what is going to think in his mind, and analyze the thoughts, views, and perceptions of life are the most high in intellectuality level. That is what excellency, ecstasy, and loftiness in the sublime. That is what we are discussing now. Do you understand what I am telling? Yeah. Here. This is the view of. Here, this is the view of physical or external aspect. Don't look at this photograph physically or externally. Just imagine the mind of the person and views of the person, thinking style of that person, lifting or transforming or transporting oneself to the higher level, the perception of his thinking ability. Yeah, this is what the sublimity according to my perspective. Let us see what some literary critics has said about on the sublime. Yeah. Scholars believed that, literary scholars believed that on the sublime is treated as aesthetic treatise, and Longinus was the Greek teacher of rhetoric and literary critic. Here, rhetoric means the art of effective language writing, and on the sublime is a compendium of literary exemplars with about 50 authors spanning 1000 years, almost 1000 years mentioned, and he refers to a emphasized, Longinus referred to a emphasized that to be a truly greater writer, authors must have moral excellence. Yeah, in one way we discussed about loftiness means morally good. Yeah, and Longinus promoted elevation of a style in the writing on the sublime, and Scott James called him the first romantic critic, and Alexander Pope's essay on criticism sums up all the art of poetry as taught by the Longinus. According to the Longinus, The sublime has the following features. The essence of all greater poetry and oratory. This is the first feature according to the Longinus. Oratory means an art of speaking ineffectively. And the next one is a matter of writer response. Shall we have a brief look on the sources of on the sublime? There are actually 5 in number, but let's see only one, that is grandeur of thoughts according to the time crunch. Yeah. Sources of on sublime. There are 5 in number. The first one, grandeur of thoughts, and the next one, capacity for strong emotion, and the third one, figures of speech or appropriate figures of speech, and the fourth one, nobility of diction, and the final one is dignity of composition. Let's have a brief look on the grandeur of thoughts. Grandeur of thoughts. Nobody can produce a sublime work unless his or her thoughts are grand and sublime. Yeah, this says that without having a thought of noble, we can't write or produce a work like on sublime. So this is the first source of the on sublime, and the next one is capacity for the strong emotion, figures of speech, nobility of diction, and dignity of composition. Yeah, I shall conclude here that I believe that every writer, playwright, or dramatist or lyricist must follow sublimity to do writing or for making film. Even in religious aspects, I observed in Hinduism and Christianity, most of the cases, the religious leaders or priests, they do not know about Longinus, but they followed sublimity here, that is grandeur of thoughts, capacity for the strong emotion, and nobility of diction. And I strongly support and I believe what Longinus has said, and my argument is here, I believed in the grandeur of thoughts and capacity for the strong emotion and nobility of diction. And thank you so much to all my dear classmates.